If I'm going to be completely honest with all of you guys right now, I'm not that optimistic going into this game against the Chargers on the road, playing on Sunday Night Football. And can you honestly blame me and Dan right here, right now?
No, because we'll get into it, bro, but there's injuries. There's news that broke out after the tie versus the Lions. There's now more people that have tested positive for COVID and possibly more on the way because we know how this virus works.
As of right now, it's not looking good for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
No, as we after 2 straight home games, we head pretty much the opposite side of the country on Sunday night to face the Chargers. I'm expecting Steeler Nation to take over L.A.
They always do.
It's Steeler Nation, but it's also a theme with L.A. You know, the Chargers, it's like a third of their fan base fills the stadium while the other 2/3 is filled with the opposing team.
Yeah.
But we'll get into the Chargers later, man. But the main question for this game is who is going to start at quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Is it going to be Big Ben Roethlisberger as he's still on the COVID protocol list?
And does have a chance to play? Or is it going to be Mason Rudolph once again with his second straight start? If you ask either of us, it doesn't make a difference.
It doesn't. It doesn't. And you guys need to get Ben out of your head. You need to get his reputation, his achievements out of your head. Yes, we know. We've seen the achievements. We've witnessed them, for God's sake.
But that Ben is long gone.
That Ben, those achievements have nothing to do with how he's played this season. And with how Mason played against the Lions would have been no different. Maybe a 5% difference in what Ben would have fucking done. Ben has not been good this year. Even in the 4-game win streak, Ben still made horrible, inaccurate passes. He still made questionable decisions.
And although he does have only 4 interceptions on the year,
he should have more.
He should have more. So many dropped interceptions. We've gotten lucky in that department.
And I think in the Lions game, that luck really started to run out.
And the main reason why we say it doesn't make a lick of a difference is part of it is the quarterback play, but it's also due to the scheme, the game plan. Mike Tomlin has come out and confirmed that once Mason Rudolph was announced as a starter, they did not change their game plan one bit. I understand he had less than 24 hours to do so, but this is also a guy that has first-team reps every week, like you guys have argued, and I agree. You guys are right. But he does have first-team reps throughout the week. He will get first-team reps all week. They are preparing this game as if Mason will be starting.
But you can't you couldn't tell me that I can't even talk. You couldn't tell me that they didn't have a backup game plan for Rudolph to fit Rudolph's play style.
Because it's 2 different styles of quarterback play. We all know Ben has limitations with his age. He's not mobile no more. He doesn't have a lot of accuracy or too much arm strength at this point. But you look at Mason Rudolph, his accuracy is still very off. That was proven last week.
Yeah.
Still proven last week. But he's somewhat more mobile, as we saw that a little bit last week. And he has a stronger arm, as he's a younger quarterback. But they don't set up a game plan to fit his style of play. Instead, they limit the entire offense as if Ben is still at quarterback. They have motioned, they have formed this entire offense as if Ben is still the starting quarterback. Don't believe us? Look at the screenshots we're about to put on the screen right here, right now. Against the Raiders, against the Seahawks, and against the Bills.
And now look at the game that Rudolph had against the Lions right now.
There is no difference.
Maybe a few deep passes here and there, but little to no difference. They're not attacking the middle of the field. There's so many completed and incomplete passes within the 10-yard line. It would have been the same thing if Ben was in. It's no different. It's literally a copy and paste thing, except Rudolph was in.
And that's sickening. And Tomlin has come out and confirmed in his press conference that there will be largely no difference. It will be largely the same game plan.
And it goes to show you how complacent Mike Tomlin is. Goes to show you how complacent the offensive scheme is. Goes to show you how complacent this entire team is. And it's sickening. Because when you look at how the offense has been playing, whether Ben's in or Rudolph's in, dating back all the way to last year, it's the same thing from the offense, week in and week out, snap after snap.
And it's going to be so easy for the defense to read. Because that was the problem we ran into late last year, and we're already seeing the same problem here.
There's no difference except we can establish a rushing game a little bit more.
So the offensive scheme is trash. It's not working, but they're still going to go with it. Even with Mason at quarterback, even though you know he has a different style, he can open the field a little bit because of his somewhat more mobility, of his stronger arm. And the fact that Mason's greatest aspect is the deep ball, especially with us possibly getting Claypool back this week. How likely that is, I don't know, but it's possible. And they limit the offense. The game plan is trash.
Yeah, they're going to have Mason Rudolph throw it 50 times. I get that the game went into overtime, but it should never went to overtime because the main game plan should have been running the ball with Najee Harris.
No. And on top of this, there are injuries.
So, oh, my God,
On the offensive side of the ball, two of our guards, Kevin Dotson and Trey Turner, are both hurt with ankle injuries. Turner has a chance to play this Sunday. Dotson is week to week. There's reports he could miss a couple weeks. There's reports he might go to IR.
So as if the offensive line couldn't get any worse.
So who's going to start at left guard? Hasenauer, Finney, Haig.
My God, dude.
And then Claypool, will he be back? Tomlin said he's going to get some time Wednesday and Thursday. We'll see what happens. Throughout the week, we'll see if he can play. But if not, I don't know, man.
And Ben's on the COVID list, but
on the defense,
there's no difference with Ben and Mason.
But on the defensive side of the ball, it's worse because TJ Watt, thankfully, is only week to week with a hip and a knee injury. That's the best case scenario right now. We all thought it was scarier. He might have been out for the season. That's not the case. He might miss a game or two. I'm not anticipating him play this game, but you never know with TJ Watt.
Yeah, you never know.
But you also got to be very careful with your most important player on the team,
and
your best player.
And the most impactful player this year.
So TJ Watt is week to week. I believe Joe Hayden is day-to-day with a mid-foot sprain. And now Minkah Fitzpatrick, alongside Ben Roethlisberger, has tested positive for COVID, and there could be more on the way. So you tell me we could be without TJ Watt, Ben Roethlisberger, Minkah Fitzpatrick, Kevin Dotson, Trey Turner, Chase Claypool.
And Joe Hayden.
That's
7 starters. And we're going up against a Chargers team that are 5-4 right now. And depending on how you look at them, they're still a good team. They still got a hell of a lot of talent, especially on the offensive side of the football. And we're going to be missing a lot of stars, most importantly, TJ Watt. Because when you think of a guy that's been so impactful and consistent and dominant and keeps the defense whole, that's TJ Watt right there in a nutshell. And if TJ Watt's not playing, then who the fuck's going to establish a pass rush outside of maybe Cam Hayward? But he's one guy. I like Alex Highsmith, but he has not been able to do anything in the pass rush.
At least consistently. And we're going to have Taco Charlton maybe start opposite him. Derek Tusker in rotation. We have almost no edge depth.
This is where Melvin Ingram would have came in, but he was a freaking crybaby and impatient. It's like, what the fuck did you expect your role to be? But now he's with the Chiefs. Now we have little to no pass rush.
And one point I want to make before we get into the Chargers is if we do indeed lose this game, I do not want to see any Steelers fans make an excuse that we lost just because all these players are out. You can only make that argument for maybe 2 players, TJ Watt and Minkah Fitzpatrick. That is it. People were saying, we lost last week because Claypool was out. Claypool has only 1 touchdown this year.
Yeah, at the end of week 10 last year, I had 8 touchdowns.
He only has 1. He has 2 great statistical games so far this season. And I'll even say Minkah Fitzpatrick hasn't made a lot of big Minkah Fitzpatrick plays, and he's actually 4th in missed tackles this season. But don't get it twisted. This is not a dig. This is not a knock on them as players. They are both fantastic.
Yes.
They are both, when they're used properly, very true impact players. I blame this on scheme. I blame this on coaching. So I don't want to hear any Steelers fans say, we lost this, if we do lose this game, we lost this game because all these players are out. They made no lick of a difference because the scheme fucking sucks. Because these players don't know how to work their players properly. Why is Claypool, since Juju's been out, why hasn't he been used in the slot more? Why hasn't he been used vertically in the middle of the field? That argument that Ben's afraid to throw it in the middle of the field is invalid now because this offensive scheme prevents that from happening. Why aren't we using Claypool up vertically in the middle, or a Pat Fryermuth, or other options?
And for Minkah Fitzpatrick, why is he being moved around so much? I get
It's
you.
hurting the secondary.
I get you want to put him in different areas of the defense, but he's a deep safety. That's where he fits best. He makes sure that nobody back there is going to catch that fucking ball.
Yes, Minkah is a very true impact player, but he hasn't done much this year outside of making some solid tackles in the run game, but that's only due to scheme. Again, not a knock on the player or their individual performances, because they're being written up poorly by the coaching staff. It's a scheme problem on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, so whether these guys are in or not makes no lick of a difference, because every game has been a fucking heartache. Every game this season has been fucking close. But if Ben was in, we would have blown out the Lions. We would have beaten them by double digits. Yeah, because he did that against Seattle and Heinz Field in perfect weather conditions, right?
We didn't beat any team by double digits this year.
No, get the fuck out of here with that assumption. Big Ben is not what he used to be. And Mason in there makes zero lick of a difference this season. I'm talking about this season. I'm not talking about careers.
And the scheme has...
Don't try to twist our fucking words.
And the scheme has limited these players. So, again, I don't want to hear no Steelers fans make an excuse that we lost this game because all these players are out. Because this team, although they're 5-3-1, they're not looking like it.
No, they're not.
Like last year, they were 11-0, they were 11-1, 11-2, 11-3, all this. They sure as hell didn't look like it. And look what happened in the playoffs. And now we're starting to see a similar reoccurrence.
Exactly.
And this is where we get into the actual Chargers. Because this is the start of who we really are. Because this game on, these next 8 weeks, we're going to see exactly who the fucking Pittsburgh Steelers are. Who are you guys? Are you guys going to step up to the plate? Are you guys going to adjust? Are you guys going to get better, work on your mistakes? I don't know.
I sure hope so. You guys need to.
Fucking better.
Because whatever you guys got right now, it ain't working. You're barely escaping with a victory, and I don't want that. I want you guys to actually perform better. I want you guys to win convincingly. We haven't been able to win convincingly at all.
Against the Chargers, man. Chargers are a really good team. They're 5-4, but they are a really good team. Herbert's going to be a great quarterback in the future. He's going to be one of the best in the league in a couple of years. Great weapons. Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Jared Cook is a quiet receiver. Austin Eckler is very versatile. I mean, they got weapons, man. And if Hayden's not going to be playing, man, and Minkah probably might not be playing, who are we going to start in place of Minkah? Trey Norwood? Miles Killebrew? Carl Joseph, maybe? I'd start Norwood. Personally, I would start Norwood. This is a great opportunity for Norwood. Norwood has done very good, very great, actually, in limited playing time. I'm excited for Norwood's opportunity. But this secondary is going to be a little beat up. Hayden might not be completely healthy, or he might not play. Minkah might not play.
So we're going to have to rely on Cameron Sutton and James Pierre more than likely to cover Mike Williams and Keenan Allen. Both have been great this year.
And Edmonds will probably have to play deep safety because you're not going to trust Norwood there unless Norwood's going to play towards the line of scrimmage. And like we said, Eckler's a versatile weapon. He's a solid ground back. And
the thing that helps with the Chargers' offense, too, is their offensive line.
They really boost up that line in the offseason. They drafted Slater in the first round. They picked up Matt Fuller, former Steeler, Corey Littleton, or Lindsley. Actually. So, yeah, their line is revamped. They're
completely revamped. And if TJ Watt's not playing, I honestly can't see us really doing much in the pass rush.
Or the run game. Can we stop the run game, man?
Yeah, because our run defense has been horrible. It's one of the reasons why we played horrible in that Lions game.
I don't know what to expect from the Steelers team or from the Steelers defense. We're going to have Watt and Minkah out, two serious impact players.
Hayden is up in the air right now. But, like, Jesus Christ, like,
I don't know what
the defense got to do. The defense got to do something.
Guys got to step up. Highsmith, Taco, Norwood, probably Pierre. A lot of guys got to step up. It's that big next man up mentality come Sunday night.
Yeah.
All these guys got to step up against the high-powered offense.
They have to cover. They got to pressure Herbert. They got to tackle for sure.
Oh, my God, you got to tackle.
Guys got to step up.
In fact, these are two teams that suck at missed tackles. Actually, as a matter of fact, if I'm going to rearrange the sentence, they're great at missing tackles.
Yeah, pretty much.
They suck at tackling. These are two teams that are some of the worst at that. But the Steelers, man, from an offensive standpoint, you got to run the ball. We are facing statistically the worst rushing defense in the league. But the problem is we might not be without Dotson. Or we might be without Dotson. We might be without Turner. We're going to lose two of our guards, possibly. So how much of a ground game can we really get with those injuries?
Exactly.
On paper, man, the Chargers front seven looks good. You got Murray, Nwuzu, Bosa, Jerry Tillery.
Linval Joseph.
So They do, but they haven't performed in the ground game.
No, but going against a weekend Steelers offensive line, I mean, how much of a running game can we try to establish?
But we have to get a run game going.
We have to. I mean, that needs to be the main game plan. No question about it.
Whoever's at quarterback, I mean, Ben, if he plays, he's going to be rusty after a week off of practice and preparation. He's going to be a little rusty, so you got to get a ground game going with Najee or Mason. This is a game where Mason does have to step up. I'll say this about Mason, man. He needs to step it up. If he is starting, he needs to make those throws. He needs to make smarter reads, man. That's for sure.
Yeah.
There's no excuses for Mason no more. He needs to step it up if he is starting. But either way, we got to get a ground game going. But I don't know how much we will with some of our interior linemen out. But guys got to step up. This is a big game where guys have to step up. Again, Mason possibly, Hasenauer, Hag, Finney maybe, possibly James Washington again, a Ray. I mean, we're going to be around a lot of people possibly in this game.
And it's going to be really hard to go on the road and get a victory on Sunday night.
With all these injuries and a possible COVID outbreak. It's not looking good, man.
No, it's not.
It is not, but all that collectively, it sure as hell seems like a game the Steelers would win, honestly, because they just make no sense. Yeah. This entire season makes no sense. It really doesn't, if I'm going to be real with you.
I mean, we'll see what happens when we face the Chargers Sunday night, but the way I see it, whether some of the starters are playing or not, I mean, does it really make a look of a difference based on our argument in the opening of this video?
Yes, I'm going to try to be a little bit optimistic, but with all these guys out, man, it's not looking good. But again, I don't want to make that an excuse, nor do I want to see a lot of Steelers fans make that excuse because it's a scheming problem.
Right. And around this time, at the start of this long stretch of games, this is the time for this team to truly make adjustments and step the hell up.
It is now officially the start of who we really are. Who are the Pittsburgh Steelers? These next 8 weeks will determine that. We'll see what the Steelers do, man.
Well, we got the Chargers on the road, Sunday Night Football. Whether guys are in or not, it should be an interesting game still. But we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens, man. Give us your guys' thoughts down below, man. Here we go, Steelers. Hopefully they get the win.
Fingers crossed, man, because I want this team to get better. I want this team to win. I do.
I really do. I really do as well. But give us your guys' thoughts down below, man. Let's get this win Sunday night, heading into an away game. But we'll see what happens, and see you guys in the next one.
Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you later.
Peace!